My name is Darrell Ebert. I'm a retired college professor in the area of fine arts. We acquired the house. It had very much of a feeling of a Frank Lloyd Wright. My wife had done a lot of research dealing with architecture, and so she did her thesis comparing German-French architecture of cathedrals. So that had a lot to do with it. I knew immediately, without hesitation, that I wanted the house. The house was built in 1952, and at that time the house was considered to be outrageous. Here were all these nasty letters trying to stop the building. And so it was sort of that kind of revolution that happened. Now it's interesting, with all the new architecture that's being built, it's amazing how many people all the time are stopping and saying, "Oh, we love your house, we love your house." The house has been on several home tours, but it was interesting. The last time my wife was coming home from work, she had to park in the front. These three women walking out down the stairs, and they said, "Oh, I'm sure they don't have any children." And Deborah said, "Excuse me?" "Yes, I have a son." And so they were sort of amazed. We were married for 12 years without children, and we adopted our son. We didn't really change our lifestyle, but he joined our life. But then my mother-in-law passed away, and then my father-in-law came down to live with us. It was a wonderful family connection for my son to have his grandfather here, and so they were very close. And often my son would go up and take his sleeping bag up there and sleep with him on the floor. The house is very much of a party house. It's in a U shape with an inner courtyard, which allows you to have a lot of people and feeling very comfortable where they can move in and out through various areas of the house. And even though it's very open and airy, it has that feeling of Frank Lloyd Wright with the lower ceilings, heavy beams. So immediately it brings you down into the environment. I love each room has a certain personality of its own. My special place in the house is the living room. It's an inviting room. It's formal in feeling, but at the same time, it's intimate. And so we enjoyed having small groups here as well, where you could pull your chair right next to them and you could have this wonderful evening and go away with feeling you really enjoyed yourself and you got to know your friends better. The family room is much more casual. There's no TV up on the walls. TV is hidden in a cabinet. And so it has a much more casual-like feeling. The master bedroom's a very serene feeling. It gets the ocean breeze. It's a nice place to go when it's hot. It has a lot of, obviously, fond memories. The dining room is one in which is inviting. I wanted to keep it as open as possible so you felt not enclosed. The house was totally overgrown with ivy, so it was very easy to just rip out everything. And most of the plants are ones that are not common to the area. Primarily, I look for the foliage, not so much the flower, but I like to mix different foliages and different values of greens and yellows. And so when things aren't blooming, the garden always looks great. So the contrast between the foliages and the wood complement each other. I don't know a lot about Brownell other than when we were doing the remodeling of the property, he had driven by and wanted to know if he could see what we were doing. At that time, we were opening up some of the walls and things on the exterior. He said, "Darrell, it definitely you improved my design." He was very, very gracious and very pleased. Christmas time was always a big time for us. We often had 4 or 5 Christmas parties. I love to decorate very formally and make a very special event. Just having that very intimate time with my wife, sitting in the living room with the lights on at Christmas time, having the fire going in the fireplace, having champagne, and just feeling how lucky both of us were that we found each other.